Good morning, spin enthusiasts. Nice to see you again. I am going to go ahead and continue on our topic I was talking about yesterday about becoming a guard instructor. So yesterday I talked about you want to choose which direction you kind of want to go with it. Do you want to make it you want to be an instructor, you want to instruct under someone else, or do you want like your own personal team? Do you want to be a director? Do you want to run an organization? So let's say you want to go like the instructor route. You just want to teach, and you might want to teach for somebody else. You might want to teach on a well-established team, something like that. My first recommendation would always be go and spin for a high quality, high caliber program, a DCI group, a WGI group. Do not discount open class. Everyone is always using world class and saying, oh, world class is like the highest achievement and so on and so on. Don't discount open class. I marched open class for a couple years before I went to world class, and it was a great experience to get me ready for that world class experience. And world class is not everything, because a lot of times learning world class stuff and putting yourself on that world class level kind of distances you from the ability to teach to more beginner students sometimes. Not always, sometimes. As far as like majoring in school, a lot of times people think they need to go do a performance major of some sort. So like dance performance major or music performance major in order to be a teacher of that thing. But I disagree. If you're going to be a performance major, you probably want to use that for some sort of performance. Actually, like if you're going to be a dance performance major, you're driving yourself to become like the principal dancer in a company or something like that. So that's kind of what those are geared towards. If you want to teach, then you need to major in education. So if you're going to be a guard instructor, go become a dance education major, music education major, just something along those lines. You want to learn how to teach. There's a really big difference in the teaching styles of people who know how to teach and people who don't know how to teach. And then of course there's natural teachers. They say that there are people who are naturally gifted at teaching and naturally patient or whatever with students, but really it's all learned, whether it's learned in class or learned in guard or learned throughout your life. It's learned. It's a learned behavior, being a good teacher is. So that's something you want to be learning, how to be a good teacher, not just learning how to be a good performer. 9 times out of 10, a good performer is not going to be a good teacher if their only focus is on performance. If they're simply trying to be the best performer they can be and not also trying to help their teammates be the best performers they can be. It's fine to try and be the best performer you can be. You should be. But if you're thinking about becoming a teacher at all, if you're thinking you might want to instruct at all, you really need to also be focusing on helping your teammates to become the best performers they can be. Checking up on them, seeing if they're practicing at home, talking to them. This is also good qualities that a captain might have. Captains are not always the best performers on the team. You may notice they're the ones that exhibit leadership qualities. A lot of times, leadership qualities are teacher qualities as well. That's something that I've learned through a lot of the MBA classes that I've taken, is that as a leader, and I also have to teach, I have to teach my team how to go about executing these different ideas that we have that we're putting together. So that's one track, like I said, of doing it. Going down that way, learning how to be a good educator, not just good at teaching color guard, but good at teaching in general. If I gave math to a good color guard instructor, if I said, okay, here's some algebra, can you please teach this to the students? A good color guard instructor could take that algebra, read over it, and then turn around and teach it, even though it's not guard, but they could teach other people how to do it. So you have to kind of think along those lines, whether you want to be a good teacher. So tomorrow we'll talk about the other path, talk about being a good director. So make sure you tune in for that. But in the meantime, questions, write down here. And guys, thanks for tuning in for these, because it really I have all of this stuff and I always used to want to blog about it or whatever, and I just don't have time. You can see I'm doing this as I go to work. So it's a very packed schedule. Anyway, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.